What you are looking at right now is not a Hollywood movie set. This is a highly guarded, centuries-old ritual where a child is buried alive and set on fire, only to walk away completely untouched. Tonight, we enter the most extreme corners of the underground occult, from structures of dead grass that move on their own to ancestor skulls ignited with gunpowder. We are stripping away the theater to expose the cold, mathematical calculation behind the world's most feared practice. Our investigation begins on the coast of West Africa, in the nation of Benin. To understand this world, you must first look at how the community communicates with the divine. This is a space where the supernatural isn't just a belief, it is a visible, living force meant to bring happiness, protection, and unquestioned calm to the people. This is the Zangbito. It is a towering structure made entirely of dead, dried grass. In local tradition, these structures are revered as the spiritual guardians of the night. It has no visible human legs beneath it. It has no face. Yet, it dances with a fluid, hypnotic precision, spinning erratically to the beat of the drums to prove that a higher power is present. To prove to the onlookers that no human actor is hiding inside, the priests will suddenly halt the motion and flip the massive grass cone completely upside down in the middle of the dirt. The dancing grass is just the prelude. As the energy in the square reaches a fever pitch, the crowd parts for the ultimate demonstration of supernatural immunity, a ritual designed to manifest a living miracle before their eyes. A young boy is brought forward. The priests step in and place a tight blindfold over his eyes, severing his connection to the physical world. They lift his body and lay him down onto a woven carpet made of dried grass. With absolute precision, the priests wrap the boy tightly inside the carpet, completely encasing him before tying both ends securely with the rope. He cannot move, he cannot escape. Then, the towering Zangbeto grass structure glides directly over the tied carpet, dancing over the boy's body before moving away. Immediately, the priests lift the bound carpet and lower it into a shallow trench dug into the earth. They bring dry wood and grass directly over the gravesite. A match is struck and the wood is set on fire. Raging flames engulf the grave. To anyone watching, it looks like an impossible tragedy. The crowd watches in silence as the wood burns down completely, turning into a bed of gray, smoldering ashes. But then, the high priest steps toward a wooden table. He lifts the table, and the exact same child steps out from underneath it. A miracle has been proven. But to understand how a force can transport a child across a village square, or how a tower of dead grass can move on its own, you have to understand the physical ingredients that anchor these spirits to our world. Welcome to the Akodessewa fetish market in Benin, the literal capital of the underground occult supply chain. This is not your ordinary marketplace. Walking through these alleys is a direct and overwhelming assault on the senses. The tables under the blinding heat are piled high with the dried and decaying heads of cobras, the massive cracked skulls of horses, mummified monkeys, frogs, and rows of unidentifiable animal bones baking under the sun. Every single item on these tables serves a highly specific traditional purpose. A horse skull might be sought after to invoke strength. A dried snake is bought to be ground down into powders for protective charms. These aren't just dead objects. They are the physical anchors meant to bridge the gap between our physical world and the vast, unseen realm of the spirits. But a skull, sitting on a wooden market table, has no power on its own. It is just an empty vessel. To understand what happens next, you have to understand the theology. In the traditional Vodun belief system, there is one supreme creator god, but he is considered too distant, too immense for a regular human to speak to directly. Instead, humans must communicate through intermediaries, They are called the Loa, the spirits of nature, ancestors, and the unseen universe. But a human cannot simply call out to a Loa and expect an answer. To bridge the gap, the ceremony requires a catalyst. It requires a code, and that code is delivered through the relentless hypnotic thunder of the sacred drums. The drummers strike the skins at specific, repetitive frequencies designed to do one thing: systematically alter human brainwaves. As the hours pass, the deafening volume and the unyielding rhythm break down the conscious mind of the practitioner, stripping away their logic and ego until they enter a deep, volatile trance state. This is when the shift happens. This is when the spirit rides the horse. The practitioner's body is completely overtaken. Their eyes roll back, their movements change entirely, and their voice alters as a Loa possesses their physical form. The person is no longer themselves. They have become a literal vessel for the divine. Through this possessed vessel, the spirits begin to speak to the community. They perform readings. They reveal the hidden causes of mysterious illnesses, point out who has committed wrongs, and provide precise herbal and spiritual remedies to heal the suffering. It is a moment of raw and unedited vulnerability, where the secrets of the community are laid entirely bare. But as the night deepens, the atmosphere shifts from healing to something far more aggressive. To secure the ultimate blessings of the spirits, words and trances are no longer enough. The boundary between worlds requires a sacrifice. When you step into the deepest layers of this practice, you quickly realize that the spirits do not work for free. The priests approach the altar and begin pouring raw gunpowder directly onto the crowns of the ancestor skulls. This isn't symbolic theater. It is an aggressive, volatile awakening. A match is struck, and a sudden, violent flash of fire erupts off the bone, filling the chamber with thick smoke and the heavy scent of sulfur. The priests bring forward the livestock, a goat and chickens. Under the broad daylight, the animals are sacrificed, their life force draining directly into a communal chalice. But it doesn't stop there. The fresh, warm blood is immediately mixed with high-proof local alcohol, swirling together into a deep crimson potion. The high priests and the practitioners step up to the altar. They raise the chalice and drink the mixture. To an outside observer, this looks like pure, unfiltered chaos. But within the mechanics of the occult, this is a strict business contract. Blood represents the ultimate life force, the absolute essence of existence. By mixing it with alcohol and consuming it before the freshly awakened skulls of their ancestors, they are forging an unbreakable, eternal pact. They give life force to the spirits, and in return, the spirits grant them protection, wealth, and power. It is a flawless, ancient system of exchange. And it is this exact, terrifying concept of a literal, binding transaction with the unknown that would eventually leak out of West Africa, cross the vast Atlantic Ocean, and completely infect the modern imagination of the Western world. During the transatlantic slave trade, millions of people were captured and stripped of their names, their clothes, and their freedom. But their captors could not strip away their minds. To survive in the New World, they hid their ancient West African spirits behind the masks of Catholic saints. This brilliant survival mechanism birthed Louisiana Voodoo, creating a legendary hidden empire in the heart of New Orleans, under iconic figures like the Voodoo Queen, Marie Laveau. But as this practice seeped into the fabric of the West, the modern media completely transformed it into the ultimate symbol of terror. Take Hollywood's brilliant depiction in American Horror Story, Coven. In the show, the character of Marie Laveau is fueled by a desperate human obsession, the hunger to live forever. To achieve eternal youth, she enters into a transaction with a dark spirit. But the price is horrific. To keep her side of the bargain, she is forced to steal and sacrifice an infant every single year. This Hollywood storyline isn't just cheap horror. It is the ultimate reflection of the Faustian bargain, the archetype of selling your soul that has fascinated humanity for centuries. Because whether you are looking at an ancient ritual in Benin, where ancestor skulls are ignited with gunpowder to buy protection, or a Hollywood television show about a queen sacrificing an infant to cheat death, the underlying human pathology is the exact same. But history and lore leave us with one undeniable universal warning. Whenever you sign a contract with the unseen, the debt always gets collected. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.